this one was, it was an interesting watch. Just really cool, different sort of approach to this sort of thing. You have a welder just sort of conducting. I mean, the idea itself, it just made me just laugh a little. They did a great job pulling it off. I mean, it's got all the sort of trappings of this thing, the sort of thing that you would expect, and yeah, I think they did a good job with it. It's definitely worth checking out.
It's by far one of my favorite short films. Like, I just watched it and I'm like, wow, this is great. Like, it just has a guy simply having a tool that's creating sparks and creates music out of that. He starts orchestrating with sparks. It's wonderful. I think the concept is super creative, super great, and really eye-catching. Very beautiful. Love it.
Made me smile, actually. Wonder about the raw reality that surrounds us. But at the same time, simple life that is full of little delights that come unnoticed, fragile beauty that sometimes lasts a second and can be so pretty and so powerful and so poetic.
Really, really unique, clever idea. Beautifully executed, some really, really beautiful imagery. I like the song choice and the way it worked with the images, and just really light and enjoyable and simple and powerful. Well done.
I love how it's complete magic, the way they turned the work of a welder into the Swan Lake Symphony. It was fun to watch, a pleasure.
Wow, Symphony of Sparks. I really enjoyed this one. It seemed to be broken into two parts, which I really liked. The welder coming in, he's doing arc welding. What I really liked about that part, first of all, the contrast between Tchaikovsky, the classical, piece that they were playing, and his work. When you wear those masks, you can't see anything when you're arc welding. So what I really liked about the videography on this was how it actually showed all of the sparks, what happens during the welding process, because that's not something you can normally understand what goes on in that technical process. So that was cool. When it switched to the welder then conducting the orchestra, and especially when he was pounding his welder down on the table as the sparks flew, with the timpanis and the brass sections of that piece. That was really cool. So what it did was it sort of showed how, the industrial aspect of creating, of welding, of really when you're doing anything, there is a creativity and an art form when it comes to that, because that is a true art form.
I loved the contrast between the kind of the high art of the symphony with these very blue collar trade of welding, and the pairing of it was so well done, and I love the song. Having that with the sparks and that moment when he was conducting and the hitting the piece of metal, it just it filled me with a lot of joy, sparks of joy.
I loved the music, the background. It fit the whole theme of what was going on. Made it really, really well, and acted out and filmed with the character and the actions in the movie. Yeah, it was great.
What intrigued and fascinated me most, that I could have watched for hours on end, was the actual sparking of the metal pipe being cut in two. Absolutely fascinated by the almost surreal close-ups of the actual metal work and the arcing and the torch. A very visual film.